In this video, we'll be taking a look at two MLB games happening on September 29, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Baltimore Orioles versus Boston Red Sox. The Baltimore Orioles and the Boston Red Sox play the 4th and final game of their series on Thursday afternoon, as well as the final game of the season series between the two American League East rivals. Baltimore looks to close out a successful season on a high note, while the Red Sox continue to take a look at some different faces in the lineup as they prepare for an overhaul this offseason. On the mound on Thursday will be Michael Baumann of the Orioles taking on Nathan Eovaldi. The O's are 20-43 in their last 63 Thursday games and 6-13 in their last 19 in Game 4 of a series. Baltimore is 103-212 in the last 315 versus the American League East. Meanwhile, the Red Sox are 18-43 in the last 61 versus the American League East and 16-36 in their last 52 versus a team with a winning record. Most of the league was off on Monday this week, but not these American League East rivals. That makes this the finale of a long 4-game series, and an important one at that. As surprising as it would have sounded at the start of the season, it's the Orioles who are still fighting for the last American League wild card spot. It's going to be a tall task to clinch it, and the Red Sox will certainly want to spoil it. Boston has had a disappointing season, and they would love nothing more than to make sure Baltimore doesn't make it any further than them. Therefore, it's no surprise that this game and series overall has been priced so evenly. The Red Sox are also welcoming back starter Nathan Eovaldi. Their pitching has been their biggest weakness this season, and he is expected to be their best arm. The fact that they're having him pitch with so little time left in the year and nothing to play for provides confidence that he is fully healthy and ready to go. He took down the O's the last time he faced them with a complete game performance, which is much more of a rarity nowadays. He even shut out Baltimore for 7 innings in his other start against them. Eovaldi should get the run support he needs with the O's starting rookie Mike Baumann. He's been thrust into the rotation this month, and things have not gone well. Baltimore has lost all 4 of his starts, 3 of them by multiple runs. The O's bullpen advantage won't be nearly as significant after such a long series, so the Sox can send Baltimore packing with a loss. The Boston Red Sox money line is our full game side pick. Michael Baumann will get the start for Baltimore in this game, a role he has not been thrust into very often during his short major league career. He has been in the middle of Baltimore's bullpen working middle relief for the majority of the year. He comes into the start with a 4.32 earned run average and 1.44 WHIP. He will likely go 3 to 4 innings, with the rest of the Baltimore pen taking over. The Red Sox have served up a plateful of runs to their opponents this season, surrendering 4.88 runs per game this year, good for 25th in the majors. While I expect Eovaldi to pitch well, he will certainly be on a pitch count, so the Red Sox subpar bullpen will be exposed yet again. The Orioles cooled off on Wednesday night but pounded Boston pitching in the first 2 games. They will likely struggle with Eovaldi, but certainly do damage against the beleaguered Sox pen. Likewise, Boston should be able to produce both against the subpar Baumann and a tired Orioles pen that has logged some serious innings as of late. These teams played in some high-flying games earlier in the week with 13-9 and 14-8 final scores, and each team went bonkers in the run-scoring department. Look for the same in this one. Expect this one to sail past the total as both teams pile on runs late. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Phillies versus Chicago Cubs. The Philadelphia Phillies continue their playoff push as they travel to Chicago to face the Cubs on Thursday in the final game of a 3-game series. The Phillies hold a slim lead over the Brewers for the 3rd and final playoff spot in the National League, while the Cubs are 3rd in the National League Central, well out of contention. The Cubs were 4-0 against the Phillies this year heading into Wednesday's game. The Philadelphia Phillies have scored 10 runs in their last 3 games and 3 or fewer runs in 7 of their last 11 games. The Phillies have lost 6 of their last 7 games when scoring 3 or fewer runs. Alec Bohm leads the Phillies with 161 hits and 70 RBI, while Rhys Hoskins and Nick Castellanos have combined for 278 hits and 137 RBI. Ranger Suarez gets the ball, and he is 10-5 with a 3.38 earned run average and 122 strikeouts this season. Suarez is 1-0 with a 2 earned run average and 11 strikeouts in his career against the Cubs. The Chicago Cubs have scored 14 runs in their last 3 games and 3 or fewer runs in 7 of their last 11 games. The Cubs have split their last 8 games when scoring 3 or fewer runs. Ian Happ leads the Cubs with 149 hits and 70 RBI, while Nico Hoerner and Wilson Contreras have combined for 229 hits and 103 RBI. Javier Assad gets the ball, and he is 1-2 with a 4.28 earned run average and 23 strikeouts this season. This will be Assad's first career game against the Phillies. The Phillies are 10-3 in the last 13 Thursday games and 1-5 in their last 6 in Game 3 of a series. The over is 6-1 in Phillies' last 7 in Game 3 of a series. Meanwhile, the Cubs are 5-13 in their last 18 Thursday games and 3-8 in the last 11 in Game 3 of a series. The under is 4-1 in Chicago's last 5 Thursday games. The Phillies and Cubs are wrapping things up on Thursday before heading into their weekend series. This is a crucial game for Philly as the season winds down and they continue working towards an NL wildcard spot. They have the Nationals up next, but they close out the season against the Best Astros. That makes this next week or so essential to capitalize on. Thankfully for Phillies fans, the Cubs know they have nothing to play for and they're without a key hitter in Rafael Ortega for the remainder of the year. On top of that, there is still no return date set for All-Star starter Wilson Contreras. Such a depleted lineup is great news for Phillies starter Ranger Suarez. He's no ace, but he has a solid matchup even if Chicago was fully healthy. They have not hit lefties well this season. Suarez has shown he can take care of business even against great lineups against lefties. The Braves have been one of the best against such pitching this season, and Suarez dominated them. He held them scoreless for 6 innings in his most recent start, and to just 1 run in 6 innings before that. While he hasn't played the Cubs this season, it's safe to imagine he should handle their lineup just fine. Bryce Harper and the Phillies lineup should be able to provide enough run support against Cubs rookie starter Javier Assad. He appears to have a solid future, but this is a strong Phillies lineup he has to face. It should take only a few runs for Philly to wrap up this series up with a W, so the Philadelphia Phillies money line is our full game side pick. As well as the Cubs have played as of late, this is not a great offensive team. They rank 23rd in runs scored per game, averaging just 4.01 per game. In their last 10 games, they have only scored 3.2 runs per game. Suarez has been steady with a 3.42 earned run average in his last 5 starts, and he is coming off a brilliant shutout performance over arguably the best defensive team in the league, the Braves. The Cubs will be lucky to get more than 2 or 3 runs. This one should fall below the total. The under is 5-1 in the Phillies' last 7 road games versus a right-handed starter, and 5-2 in their last 7 road games. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.